Hi, I'm Kay Hickman,
And I'm Susan Beck.
and we're working on our This and That embellishment sampler,
And we're almost finished. We have one more step to go.
and that is a label. The label is so important for quilts, whether you're doing your first quilt or your 99th quilt.
It's really important to document what you've done.
It is. Your children and grandchildren will appreciate it in the end. So what we're going to do is sew a label, but first let's look at the label that was made by Linda.
We have a couple of embroidered labels here that are really pretty, and they just document when the quilt was made, who made it, and the name of the quilt. So it doesn't have to be elaborate, just something to give the user an idea of where the quilt came from.
The label we're going to do today has very simple embroidery. We have used a font from the BERNINA software, although you could use a font that was built into your machine. We also added a simple embroidery design, and for this one we hand signed this so Susan and I would have our personal signatures here as well as have a label. We've already embroidered ahead of time the made by along with the design. Now I want to show you how easy it is to make this label where you can turn it using the embroidery module.
So this is an in the hoop project.
Yes, it is.
Good.
I hooped the fabric with a lightweight stabilizer.
And that's a cutaway stabilizer?
It is a cutaway stabilizer. I attached the hoop to the machine. I've already embroidered the first part. So now that I have done that, I'm ready to start stitching. This final stitching will happen on this fabric that I'm going to lay on top of the design.
And that's face down, correct?
Face down, along with another layer of the lightweight stabilizer on the top of that.
So we have right sides together with the fabric.
Yes, we do. We'll start the machine, and it will sew this square. The square I added in the software as I was creating that label itself.
You know, this is a technique you could do on the sewing machine, but it's so easy to do it in the hoop.
Yes, it is. Using scissors or a rotary cutter, cut close to the stitching. Now here's the only tricky part, because you want to cut a slit through only the stabilizer and the backing, and then you can enlarge that slit after you get the initial. We'll cut it this way, and we'll cut it that way. And now we'll turn it right side out. And now I have it turned right side out. I have nice sharp corners, and on this one I have used the number 10 foot, the edge stitching foot, to define the edges.
And now we're going to put it on the back of our embellishment sampler.
Yes.
Now, in this case, you can hand stitch it to a corner, or if you plan ahead, you can machine stitch it to the backing when you are at that stage of the quilt.
A quilt is never truly finished until you put on the label.
That's true.
For more information on how to create your own quilt label with the BERNINA embroidery software, visit your local BERNINA dealer today.